Good evening, brethren. How are you? Kumusta man mo? Wala, no classes for the mga teachers naman, no? Wala may class ka ba, Sir Bong ba? Oh, relax sa mga teachers. Synchronous.
Yay, I have no school.
Nag, nagkuha na mo? Nag-dinner? Did you have fun already? Ma'am, nag-dinner na mo? Pag-uli na lang, sige. Dili na nato dugayon. Pero energize na ta. Energize na, balago like dinner. So are you ready to grow? Are you ready to recharge? Are you ready to advance and take a huge forward for the Lord? Ready, Tana? Are we ready to do that for the Lord? So every day is always a great day for the children of God, but it's always a struggling day for those who doesn't have, or for those who doesn't belong to His kingdom. So at this point, let's open our couple sharing with an opening prayer, followed by a worship song. So please all stand, please close your eyes, and let us pray. Sit down. So welcome to Resol Couples Hub. Welcome to our home. So before we begin, I request everybody, please greet those who are seated beside you. Say hi, hello, I'm happy you're here. Happy ko, nagibalik na gid ang Resol Couples Hub. Nagidugay gid. Now, let us all together say this. Bago na sa ato ang koan. Ani. So let us all together say this. Husbands and wives, sex is holy. Sex is a gift from God. Sex is exclusive only in marriage. Okay, sige ba? Let's say this all together. Sex is holy.
Sex is holy.
Sex is a gift from God. Sex is exclusive only in marriage. Okay, again. So let's put passion in it. Sex is holy. Sex is a gift from God. Sex is exclusive only in marriage. Okay, for the last time, kano ni sa presentation level. Sex is holy. Sex is a gift from God. Sex is exclusive only in marriage. So, now why? You might ask, ano man nagpabalik-balik man taani? Because that is the theme of our message tonight. Muna siya ang theme na to. Psalm 118 verse 24 says, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. This is the Lord's day. This is God's day tonight. And we will be doing breakthroughs. We are going to do great things. We will do God's work. And we will study again the Word of God." So tonight, we will be talking about the goodness of God, God's Word, God's principle. And as we know, God's principle, they will always overpower. Dili kina mapildi ang prinsipyo sa Ginoo. They will always win. They will manifest. Mugawas gina siya. And God's principle are timeless. Ang prinsipyo niya ni adto sa time nilang Abraham antud karon mao pagyapon. Regardless of status, God's principle, they will prevail. And regardless of position also, God's principle, they will always stand. And regardless also, if you're a church member or not, mupatigbabaw yapon ang prinsipyo sa Ginoo. And there is a time appointed for everything. There is a time to work. So we have to be very excellent about it. There is also a time to share the gospel. Like last night, no? Grabe kay si Sir Noel kay sa ganita man, in season or out of season, naka-share gid siya. Nakanagod si Pastor Jericho nga magpatudlo kita kang Sir Noel. So there is also a time to just sit down, rest and listen and be equipped. And now is that time. So karon, sit down lang ta, rest and be equipped. And after this, you can share this to your mga paniyo, mga igsoon, mga anak niyo. So there is no accident tonight. So what's in the news this week? Kana, may grabe kayo karon kay Dibo ang balita. Last night, di ba, katong about sa attack sa Israel, 300 missiles, 300, and then out of 300 missiles, out of 300 nga ni sulod ilang gipadala sa Israel, half bud ana are mga kuan katong mga drones. So mani siya ang news about it. So over 300 drones and missiles fired from Iran to Israel. So it's Iran firing it this time, dili na iya mga proxies. Iran launched more than 300 drones and missiles towards Israel in its unprecedented attack overnight, injuring at least, nadigapay na igo, 12 people, an Israeli army spokesman said Sunday. Iran fired over 300 ballistic missiles, UAVs, and cruise missile towards Israel. 170 drones and 30 cruise missiles were launched, none of which entered Israeli territory. Grabe yung protection ni Lord Jud sa Israel ba? Walay nakasulod. Although ingon nila nga, nakunoy 1%, but 1% of 300 is only about mga 3 lang. Na may nakasulod. Pero dito ra sa desert. naigo. One of those injured was a 7-year-old girl from a Bedouin community near the southern town of Arad, who was in intensive care according to the medical center that received her. So, mula ginaingon nila nga, ang Iranian gyapon wala gyapon concern sa mga Muslims. Kaya kato naigo nga bata, she was a Muslim. And another news, Beijing slams US-Japan Philippine Summit. So if you're not aware about it, di ba nagkato si Marcos o si ang same name gani ng president sa kuan, Kishida. Nagkato sila sa US and then there was a meeting sila ra gyud tulo. Grabe kay nga meeting. So wow, grabe no, special gid kay sa US. Imagine it's only Japan and the Philippines. So Beijing on Friday criticized the United States, Japan and the Philippines and defended its actions in the South China Sea as lawful after US President Joe Biden hosted a trilateral meeting in Washington. Biden on Thursday pledged to defend the Philippines. Muna ni siya. So, Biden on Thursday pledged to defend the Philippines from any attack in the South China Sea at the White House Summit. So, sayop, mga historians, ingon maging sila nga, sayop good kay itong analysis ni Digong. Nga, ingon sila nga, kung magira ko no ang Philippines o ang China, dihado good kay pero ang mga wars karon hindi na magaling nga nana, no? Kung makigira ang China sa to, it's not our war, but it will be a war that will be participated in by America and then ang Western world. Compared to, dito ka naguban sa China, kinsa ray mo laban sa imo? Only China, Russia, gaway-away bagid na sila. So on Friday, China hit out at the joint summit in Washington with Foreign Ministry spokesman Mao Ning saying Beijing firmly opposes the relevant countries manipulating black politics. Isa po rin sa reason nga kuan ka ng confident nga tabangan ta sa US. So remember, aside from colony biya po ta nila before, but di ba ang US nagpalit sa to from Spain? So kung paano ba nimo ang papers nakabutang gina nga the Philippines is owned by the United States. Pero at ang anak nito sa Amerika kay dili nila na gina-claim. No, dili nila gina-claim. Why kay sila nga country? Then lagi Amerikano nung tata. Ang uban lagi sa college ako ba sa kay ako mga classmate ka Rizal. Ngano mo guni si Rizal nga nagrapan pa magyud nagkanang nagrevolution pa man. Natanawan ang hawa nila mga Spaniards. Kung wala pa na patong mga Spanyol, mga mistiso tata karon. So ko yapon. Okay, gusto din mamhimo mistiso. Taas og ilong. Ako isa ko sa masuko ana. Now, 7 to 4 work schedule to be implemented. Sa Manila karon kay implement na nila nga. Dili na 8 o'clock musulod ang mga employees but 7 and then they will go out at 3. No, 7 to 4. Yeah, 7 to 4. Pero May 2 pa daw na ang implementation. How about sa okay, ang reason niya kay ang mga employees daw ko no inig-uli matraffic makabot silang balay alas 8 alas 9. Nagipro kapoy ba mas kapoy po sa imo mata. Ya kana karon kay sis dungan magyapon uguli ka alas 4 maabot ka mo mas balay alas 9. 12 no late na sila. Pero sa panta nag-experimental pa siya Manila. So I hope kung ano sa man is that advantageous or so sa ato kung next week 6 o'clock kapoy kina ba say kita mamata na wala si Mitch pressure tell me si Mitch ay kani nagpa-fuel na mo kay nabi fuel increase ang effectivity niya would be Tuesday, usually Tuesday man. So, bad news for those who are using diesel. Inyo, Sir Alex, diesel ba inyo? Ang diesel price would be about for 1 peso. Pero sa mga gasoline users, ang increase would only be 20 centavos. Pero nagpa-fuel ko ganina, ang pinakabarato nga Petron is already 63 pesos. Mabugat, diba? 63 from last month nga only 58. 63.40. Sa pinakabarato nga Petron diri sa amo.
Nasa mo rito 63.15.
63.15. Pero dili siya. Ang reason nila, so modern yung reason. So she cited, ingon to ang head sa kuan kaning sa ganina DOE. So she cited geopolitical movements as main drivers of the price hike, particularly in the Gaza Strip. The assistant director also cited the killing of 3 sons of Hamas leader. So gi-announce din niya before pa tong mga missile drop last night. So expect na lang po taan nga kuan po price increase. Now, why should we be very curious about current events and biblical facts? No, we have to very curious about. We have to know that because we have to know the magnitude of the problem and we have to know what to pray for also. So, i-add na to sa itong prayer items: ekonomiya sa Pilipinas, Israel, peace in the world. Kay kana lang kung mo sugod na o kuan, magsugod na ng gira mo. Sukol actually kaganina naminaw ko sa news, ang US won't support daw an attack by Israel to Iran, but for sure dili na nila mahimo. Pero ang Israel gyud kay kuan sila, kursigido gyud sila, they will really attack gyud. Grabe ba kuan kana? Matak gyud ang mga kuan Israelites. Isog kay sila. Kabalo magud sila nga na sila sa upper hand gyud. Kabalo sila. Ma-check man nimo, you can check that sa Google difference between armed force sa Iran ug sa Israel. Kuan gyud ang Israel. Upper hand sila. So okay ra. Dili ra ta mabalaka. And we have to be as well aware of the signs of the times. Basa-basa na ta, kay muna na siya, mga gaabot na ang mga signs. And also, ang kaminyon is like mga current events. Di ba? Nga na ikagubot sa balay po, sa household na to, napoy mga away. Nakisig ka to sa to diri og UFO. Nakoy amigo nga gatugid siya og UFO. Gatugid siya nga flatan. So, kani siya nga story. So, there was the story nga. It's near that. So, a woman who was at a petrol station when a spaceship landed in front of her. An alien stepped out of the spaceship and started to pump petrol in his flying saucer. So, nagpagasolina ang alien. And then the woman noticed the letters UFO. So, 9 letters UFO sa flying saucer. And then she turned to the alien and asked, does the letters UFO stand for unidentified flying object? And then the alien answered, no, it stands for unleaded fuel only. So, di ba may mga tao nga gatuo sila nga, kagikan jud sa human race is ang unggoy. Pero, kung tinuod na siya, then dapat wala na yung unggoy ron, kaya tanan mga unggoy na ngahimo ng tao. So, ingon si Butyok nga, hey, why do you say I look like a monkey? And then ingon din si Bruno, I didn't say you look like a monkey. What I said is, the monkey looks like you. Ingon din si Butchok, okay, that's clear then. Happy na sad siya. Karon ang mga nakoy mga auntie mga Catholic mga samo family kay Catholic sa mga yapon. Ang uso day karon kay mangita sila pari nga mubo ra kayo og sermon kay sambukan kuno sila nga. Ingon ito isa na po kangkol siya nga maminaw nila ta kang kang Pope Francis kay even ang misa ni Pope Francis covered na ba yan? Yeah. Dadi sa minas kapoy kay taas kay na sermon ana. So karon mangita na sila sermon nga mubo. So nagit po din mga pari. May mga pari nga pili gani dili na mag-sermon, dire-diretso na. So man na ilang trend. So naisa baka kwan kay kanang tapulan kay siya nga pari ingon siya nga nakahibalo ba mo sa ebanghelyo nako karon? Ingon din ani ba nga wala padre. Ingon siya nga mao ba so balik na lang mugma basa sa ninyo para makabalo mo. Pagkaugma tanan siya nakabalo ba mo sa ebanghelyo nako karon? Ingon nimba di ba gapon ingon sila nga wala karon ingon sila nga kahibalo padre. Ingon din ang pare, kabalo naman day mo na, uli na lang mo, balik mo. So, nagsabot na ang mga parokyano, yung sila nga karon i-divide na nato. Katunga sa ato, maingon nga oo, ang katunga, kay maingon dili. So, nangutaan na dayon ang padre, ang pare, yung siya nga, kabalo ba mo sa kong ibanghilyo karon? So, ang tunga, ingon nga, wala padre, ang katunga, ingon nga, oo, padre. Ingon na yung padre, okay, mau ba? So, katong nakahibalo na, i-share sa katong wala pa nakahibalo kung sa akong iwali karon. Kita ba, binato nga mga Chinese, pag mata nila, nanas sila silver spoon. But the truth about it is, pag mata nila, nanas sila kuan, kaya ginatuluan magod sila nga, business, you have to be a businessman. That's the difference. Dili tungod kay Golden So, daghan man nga, Chinese ako diba, pubri sila pagkatao, pero ang mindset na gid nila is business.
Sir Alex,
ay, oo, Sir Alex. Ingon ang picture. What is the capital of the Philippines? Ingon dito yung Chinese yung estudyante siya nga, ma'am, kahit ako incheck, ako alam Pilipinas, wala kapital. Ulo utang. Ulo utang. So let's define marriage on the basis of, saan na ito pag-define gani ang marriage? We have to define it on the basis of Scripture. So Bible dyan natin ipa-define. So let's talk or let's ask the Bible about marriage. So if you have your Bibles there, although I have it already here.
Husband and wife. That's the only thing I
Okay, so open it to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 1 to 5. So this is going to be, ubo lang siya, kay kuan lang siya, 5 verses. Okay, let's read it. And then when you read that, so how do we read the Bible? Understand it, reflect on it, and then ask God, Lord, unsa man imong message sa mo ah? Okay, let's read this all together. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 1 to 5. Finally then, brothers, we ask and urge you in the Lord Jesus, that as you receive from us how you ought to walk and to please God, just as you are doing, that you do so more and more. Okay, kasi lang. Jump. For you know what instructions we gave you through the Lord Jesus. For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that each one of you know how to control his own body in holiness and honor, not in the passion of lust like the Gentiles who do not know God. So last time, we talked about, ang topic na to last time, that was about 3 weeks ago, kani, kay nung dumawa, the rise and fall of marriage, trouble in paradise, and then we thoroughly discussed truth about marriage. No, nga, marriage here on earth is marriage on a fallen world. So dili jud ni mao gid ang plano unta gid sa Ginoo. And then the spouse that you are married to is a sinner. So sis makasasala ang atong naminyuan, makapasakit na siya sa atoa. We have to be very ready about that. And then for our marriage to work, we need help from something bigger and stronger. So dapat dili gid nato buy-an, no, we have to be always leashed on the Bible. So for tonight, our marriage monitoring would make you against stars and Mr. Universe and Miss Universe to our spouses. So let's talk about God's design, understanding, sexual fulfillment in marriage. So tonight, we'll be talking about sex in marriage. So just what is sex? Now let's talk about sexual intimacy. So muna ato ang istoryahan karon, sexual intimacy. Ready mo? So survey says the basic need, no, number one need of husband. So survey ni siya, generalities na itong istoryahan. Ang basic need of the husband is sexual intimacy or sex. And then the basic needs, or the basic need or number one need of wives is, guess what? Unsa may number one nga need sa wife? Sakto, tuwa na dito i-insert ang money sa affection. So, ang sa lalaki, sexual intimacy. Ang sa babae is affection. So, understand, husbands, mga lalaki, nga ang need sa atong wife is not sexual intimacy but affection. Ha?
Na-change na din
No.
ang
So diri man gud kasayop mga lalaki. Kay abi man gud nato nga mao na siya ang need sa mga babae. Kay mao man atong need. So we thought that that's different. That's the same need. So you have heard about this already nga ang difference sa male and then the female's brain. Ako naman i-share sa inyo last year. Ning balik siya. So ang utok sa babae, ni siya mura na siya highway or super highway. Di ba highway? Na main nga highway unya na din mga roads. Now kanang tanan mga dalan dito na siya ga converge sa super highway or sa main highway. Now, ang problema, kung may mga highway, napod na siya traffic. Okay, mabuko man na siya. Mabuko. Na ang babae, magunahon na. Yan ana man niyang, niyang brain, ang structure siyang brain, matraffic na siya. Mabuko. Kung matraffic na dayon siyang brain, ang may tabo sa photon, masinghag din sila kalit. So kung gusto kag sexual intimacy sa imong wife, iresolba sana ang mga traffic sa iyang ulo. Ang lalaki wives, on the other hand, understand that our brain is like the map of the Philippines. Nga ano na mga cities. Nakana siya ng mga cities, independent na siya. Di ba, independent mo na mga cities. So what we do is, when we have problems, mo travel lang may diri sa bukid noon, di ara may tambay. Sige niyo, travel. So wala kayo ni problema. Kay sige man travel. Pag sumahan na mi diri sa bukid noon, mani na pod mi diri sa Cotabato, so relax. So that's a problem. Ang problem din, kay we also think that that is the way also our wives think. So kinalan ginato sila sabdon. No, kaganina, di ba, I asked you to read, I asked you to say it all at once, all together, katong sex is holy, sex is a gift from God, and sex has to be consummated only in marriage. Because marriage is a sacred gift, and sex is also a sacred gift, which could only be consummated and perfected in marriage. So, ang sex is only consummated. Dapat magamit lang siya. Imo lang siyang gamiton sa marriage. So, marital intimacy is a gift from God. Gikan gina siya sa Ginoo. And should be cherished and nurtured as a reflection of the Creator's good design. That is according to Gary O. Thomas in his book, Sacred Marriage. What if God designed marriage to make us holy more? So, what do people think about marriage? Guess what? Unsa kay ginahuna-huna sa mga tao about sa marriage?
I think garbage.
Wow, garbage.
I don't want to get married.
So, sex di akong pasabot. Okay. So, people either idolize sex or they debase it. So, they idolize. Grabe kayong ilahang parang ilahang ginahimo og God ang sex. Or sometimes also, or some people, they debase it. Walay lami. Walay negative ang ilahang ang ilahang description sa sex. So, some people idolize sex. For them, the meaning of life is sex. So they have made sex their God, they deify it. So they obsess over it. They become very addicted to sex. They become sex addict. So muna, nga sige sila pangita from one partner to another o change sila og partner. Kay addicted naman sila sa sex. And then to the married also, nga addicted also sa sex, they reduce their wives as mere objects of their sexual desires. So ang ilang tanaw silang asawa, mga sexual fantasies na lang, dili mga human beings who have also feelings and emotions. So example, ang uban kay ilahang ipakuan ilang asawa, ilang ipa-undergo og kay tiguang naman in taon, ilang ipa-undergo og mga klase-klase nga mga plastic surgeries. And then they demand also to get sex even without doing something. Mo demand sila nga sex ta kay ngano imuhan ng obligasyon that is one way of idolizing sex. They demand that they get sex even without any moves to romance the wives. And also for some who idolize sex, sex becomes their means of feeling accepted. Di ba we have friends, we know of some people nga sex and tell. Na sila ka-sex, sila ng istorya kay para sa ang ilahang self-worth is the many year nga ilahang mahilabtan nga mga babae. For them, it translates to sila, macho sila. And then they are also consumed to pornography. So that is people who idolize sex. Now, second is there are also some people who debase sex. Debase, D-E-B-A-S-E. So according to them, sex is dirty. Hugaw kayo ng sex, ngilngig. Sex is wrong. Sayop ng sex is a product of our sin. Sex has no meaning. Wala man ay meaning ang sex. Now, the radical feminist movement sa atua diri sa Philippines, kanang Gabriela, they view sex as inherently oppressive and exploitative. And then they view sex also as perpetuating patriarchal power structures. So sa una, madunggan din na ako sa high school pa ko kay nabi ako sa activist movement. So I was with the League of Filipino Students and then ining gabi mo tapok sama ang Gabriela. In fact, ang League of Filipino Students ang nag-create pod balik sa Gabriela sa kuan. So sila mo think dili sila ganan og gentleman. Imo silang servant, tagani mo sa tubig, may ngunit silang, grabe makay ka, chauvinist makainin mo, that's very patriarchal, that's oppressive. Amana rin sila, di sila ganan, And then, for them, is sex objectifies the women. So, mura ko ang sex is only, it's only making the women as mga flower vases. And sex is all rape. Puro na rape ang sex. So we also hear from wives stories who do not enjoy it with their husbands and vice versa. Naputay madunggan sa mga wives, yung kung mag-sex sila, magkuhanan daw ko, no, frigid kay sila. Hindi sila enjoy magsigalan daw, ilapad ako ng i-fake. Now, people who do day sex, sleep with their spouse, if di man sila enjoy sa sex, di man sila ganahan. So, unsaon man nila pagtulog ron? So, they sleep with their spouse back to back. Magtinalikdanay sila, or they sleep with their spouse side by side. Magtinakiliday sila. Oh. Pero dapat, ang magtiayon, dili man unta gading nana, di ba? Kung matulog ka, dapat mag-inat bangay, maghakos. We have to be sleeping face to face. So people either idolize sex or debase sex, but sexual intimacy, kanang sex should not be idolized or debased. Dapat dili nato siya i-idolize, let us not deify that or let us not debase that because sex is beautiful. Sex is pure and sex is a gift from God. In fact, ang Bible is very, very loud about sex. Loud kay na ang Bible about sex. You can read that in the Old and then the New Testament. Ang word used na may own vocabulary ang Bible. Ngayon gani nag-sex, nabasa nimo. Kanang no nga word, K-N-O-Y, that would sometimes refer to sex in the Bible. Like for example, sa Genesis 4:1, Adam knew his wife Eve. So Adam slept with Eve or Adam had sexual intimacy with Eve. Lie with, sometimes gamiton sa Bible ang word nga lie with. So Genesis 39:12, she made him lie with her. So meaning to say, naki-sex na siya. Or kani common kani can uncover the nakedness of. So uncover the nakedness in Leviticus, no, regarding prohibitions against certain types of sexual relations, mo na siya ang gagamito. Mo nang naay theory. Hinungdo mo katulitang 3 sons of Noah. Nga katulad nung third son niya nga nag-love. Na mag-return dito nga and he uncovered the nakedness of his father. So mo ko nung suko kaya, pero theory lang na siya. But since ang word mo ko gigamit sa uncover the nakedness, suko mo daw kayo si Noah kay gibuhatan siya ito nga anak niya o kuan. Something that's sexual. So, imagine imong anak. So, it's not ordinary. Di ba ang question nato, ang biggest question kay, anong grabe makikasuko si Noah kung nakitaan lang niya na nagkahubo iyang papa. And then, nakatawa siya or nag-smile siya, pero di ba grabe kay i-curse siya ni Noah? Because, ang uban nga theory, he uncovered the nakedness. Sex mong good ang other meaning. So, another also nga word sa sex sa Bible is go in unto, lie with one another, be intimate, no carnally. So, ang Bible na siya iyang own nga vocabulary about sex. Now, the Bible also talks about sex in the story of Abraham and Sarah. In fact, i-describe gani sa Bible si Sarah as very, very sexually attractive. The story of David and Bathsheba. Di ba? Solomon and his wives. Amot na ni Solomon and his wives. Hosea and his prostitute wife. And also, in the songs of Solomon. Now, kung ignon ko nimo nga ang kanang Bible kay wala man na siya mga explicit contents. Now, you will be surprised because sa Songs of Solomon, so here are 3 verses. Dili niyo makita ang Bible, kung kita sa sex, na bitang conservative kita, pero ang Bible, dili siya yung very, very loud and very open siya about sex. Okay, let's read kani. Kung naman yung Bible, dili niyo na siya i-check. Kani ESV version siya. Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 2. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your love is more delightful than wine. Di pa kayo na siya, di pa kayo na sa grabe kay kiss raman. Di ba, common man ang kiss. Okay, how about this one? Songs of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 5. Your 2 breasts are like 2 fawns, like twin fawns of a gazelle that browse among the lilies. Kasi saan pagit ni mo na breasts panggit. Ano pagay mas grabe pa, dugangan pagit na to. How beautifully you are and how pleasing, how beautiful you are and how pleasing my love with you. With your delights, your stature is like that of a palm and your breasts like clusters of fruit. Diba? Ga-mention malagi siya of breast like clusters of fruit. Ako kung tatong idugang diri nga katong about sa bosom, nga put your head on my bosoms. Nga bosom baya is put your head on my body, in my breast. And aside from that, the Bible also talks other issues about sex. Sex-related issues like fornication, pornography, adultery, rape, and homosexuality. Now, facts say, now, these are some facts, no? Mga conclusions ni sila to the studies that were made. When sex is not properly attended to, now, kung wala nimo na gitagaan og dili ang sex, 80% of marriages get in trouble because the sexual area is not properly attended to. 80, majority. Ba? Out of 10, 8 kabuok ang magbulag, ang ilang concern, ang issue nila is sex. Sexual dissatisfaction and divorce rates. A study published in the Journal of Marriage and Family found that sexual dissatisfaction is a significant predictor of divorce. Couples who reported being dissatisfied with their sexual relationships were more likely to divorce than those who reported satisfaction. So, daghan kay nag-divorce, nga ang reason kay dili sila satisfied sa ilahang sex life. Now, frequency of sexual activity and marital satisfaction. A survey conducted by the National Opinion Research Center found that couples who reported infrequent sexual activity were more likely to experience low levels of marital satisfaction. This dissatisfaction can lead to increased conflict and go a higher likelihood of divorce. So magsida kunog away ang mga magtiayon nga dili sila gwapo og sex life. And then lack of communication about sexual issues. According to a survey by the American Association of Marriage and Family Therapy, a lack of communication about sexual issues. So kana mga sexual issues, dili gina nato tagu-taguan. We have to talk it out with our spouses. Because it's a common problem in marriages and can lead to misunderstandings and dissatisfaction. Couples who do not openly communicate about their sexual needs and preferences are more likely to experience dissatisfaction, which can contribute to divorce. So dili na to ismol-ismolon ang concern or issue about sex. And we do not want these statistics to happen in our marriage. No, dito gusto magbulag tungod lang sa sex. So we have to improve on that. That would be very, very sad. Now, difference between man and woman. So, aside sa mga physical nila, mga differences, ganina, nag-share na ko ang difference sa brain. Now, emotions. Emotional versus physical connection. According to a survey published in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy in 2018, 58% of women reported that emotional connection with their partner significantly influenced their sexual satisfaction compared with men. So in general, ang babae yun is emotional siya. So if you want to sleep with your wife, ikuan sa ginani mo, you have to talk to her, i-resolve sa na iyahang mga emotional nga mga concerns. And the difference in sexual desire. In a survey from the Journal of Sex Research in 2021, 62% of men reported experiencing sexual desire frequently compared to 41% of women. So lahigid sila mga men. Kung kita, sige na itong gusto every night, at ang ginawa na ang mga babae, dili. Mas lower ang ilahang koanggid ka ng desire nila for that. And then communication styles. Kani. A study published in the Journal of Marriage and Family in 2019 had this end result. 67% of women believe open communication improved their sexual satisfaction, while 52% of men reported the same. So, women are more likely to express their sexual needs and concerns through communication with their partners. So, actually, ang babae gid ang panana. Sila pud ang magreklamo, di ba? Kanang di sila masatisfy. Kasamok pa kay nimo, mas mo sa puton. Sila the expressive kay sila, di ba? Hilom ra kay ta when it comes to that. So, sometimes also, if they can't say it, ilahan na lang pong i-fake. So, they are more vocal. Vocal na sila mga feelings. So, mabito na, sometimes mag-share ta men. Na daghan kay ni og kakasak mi sa mga asawa nga kalit nagsapot, bubuto lang kay mas expressive mo kung dili mo masatisfied sa sex. Now, so the context of 1 Thessalonians, di ba itong gibasa kaganina is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verses 1 to 5. No, it gives us insight of what sexual intimacy is. Now, kato siya nga time bago pa ang mga Christian sa Thessalonica. Bago pa, wala yung problem si Paul man sa mga Christians. Ang problem ni Paul kay sa Thessalonica daghan mga Romans. Ang mga Romans dili gwapo ang ilang sex practices, dili gwapo ilang marriage. And then ang tendency sa mga Romans di ay kay they have different partners. So giwarn na sila daan ni Paul. No, unlike sa ganito na isa pa nga ka group nga giwarn, become gisa ni Paul gi-rebuke. Kani sa wala siya gi-rebuke, o giwarn lang siya. So mga butan ni mga Christians in Thessalonica. So three active words in 1 Thessalonians, no, can be found in that instruction on sexual intimacy. So, sexual intimacy sanctifies marriage. We'll talk about that. Sexual intimacy is exclusive only for marriage, which is second. And then sexual intimacy honors the wife. Actually, ang sex honors the wife. So, number 1, let's talk about sexual intimacy, no, which sanctifies marriage. So, verse, diri maggo nato na sa gikuha. Okay, ato na lang i-jump ha, diri na lang ta sa okay, for this is the will of God, your sanctification. So, the term is sanctification. Sanctify in a Christian sense means holy or separated for God's purpose. Man ang meaning sa sanctify. Example, when you say that John is holy, if you'll say that John is holy, it means to say that John is uniquely separated or reserved for God's purpose. So if you'll say also that the Christians are holy, so ang Christians is separated for God's purpose. So when you say also that sex sanctifies marriage, so it means that sex is uniquely separated or reserved by God for marriage. I-separate yun na ni God for marriage. So how does sexual intimacy sanctify marriage? So sexual intimacy reveals who we really are. So only in marriage are our weaknesses exposed and displayed. If you are selfish, inigminyo nimo mo magnify gina, magawas gina ang imong kahangol. If you are not disciplined, no, your discipline is revealed if not magnified in marriage. If you are egotist, when you are married, mugawas gina siya. Di ba? Agree? Is that your experience also? Mas the more na mugawas ini kaminyo ninyo. So abi nimo nga ma-resolve ang ato ang kahakog, ma-resolve ang ato ang pagka-egotistic. Mas musamot na sa ini ka married. So you can't hide anything about yourself in your marriage. So it sharpens up by making us see who we really are. So it reveals who we really are. Now, sexual intimacy, second, fosters deeper emotional connection. Sex is not just a physical act, but a way to deepen the oneness between a husband and wife. It is a reflection of the profound intimacy that is meant to exist between them. So sex is the physical expression of love. When couples do the act of sex, this is what happened. This is what happens, diba? They share pleasure. They protect each other. Diba? Gapos yun, i-protect niya each other sa katugnaw. They warm each other. They kiss each other. They hold each other. And then they become absent in the world. So grabe kayo kung ilanabutan. Ang focus ra gyud sa magtiayon when they do the sexual act is the only focus on each other. So whether you believe it or not, naagi pleasure, naagi ecstasy ang sex. So it fosters deeper. So magkagrabe ang iyong relationship. Gapos gud mo. Grabe na gud kayo na. Ininitay na gud mo sa iyong lawas. So grabe gud kayo nga emotional connection na mo provide. And then sex also heals, forgives, and cleanses. So if you go back to the story of Adam and Eve in Genesis chapter 2, when they sin, they become ashamed of their nakedness. In fact, no, sa Genesis 3:7, it says here, then the eyes of both were open, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together, and they made themselves loincloth. Don't you know that the only creation of God that gets naked is us humans? Kita raman ang gaka-naked. Di ba, makita mo ang bukid, bahalag masunog yan ang bukid, but you don't call a mountain, oh, the mountain is naked. Even ang sakyanan, tangtangon mo ng cover sa sakyanan, di man ka maingon nga, oh, my car is naked. Or even ka ng iro, makita na to ng iro, nga maglakaw-lakaw sa dala, nabay mo describe sa iro nga, oh, ang iro lagi galakaw-lakaw kay naked. Pero kung tao mag-naked, tawagon ginani mo siya, oh, naked. So when we get naked, we get ashamed. No, maulaw ta mga iro, lagi maglakaw-lakaw, di man maulaw, no? Ang mga rabbit, release sila maulaw. So we don't like to get naked. Ako nakoy weird ako, gina-open ako kay Michelle. Nakoy weird nga mga damgong, galakaw ko sa city nga naked ko. Ano lain kaya ako feeling? Oh, pero nainigmata rin ako, wala di ko nakahabol. Pero hadlo kayo, lain di nga feeling. No, lain kayo ga. Conscious ko nga, naglakaw ko nga naked, pero sis damgo man gusto na sulod kay ka. Pero tingala ko pa, anong ginigilakaw mo ko dari city nga mga tao, di naman po mo tanaw sa ako. So di naman ko ma-conscious. So we don't want to be naked. In fact, para sa ako, every time mag-dream ko nga, galakaw-lakaw ako sa syudad nga naked ko, kay mara ko ang nagnaguan, nightmare, mara ko gibangungot. So, kisa may ganahan nga man-naked din, nga magkakulak ka sa sili, wala man. Wala ka kainom. Pero kini, no? Kini. But when we do the sexual act with our spouse, anong gusto mong kita nga man-naked ta, di ba? We undress ourselves, we become open, we become exposed, then we give and receive, and then we attach together, and then the shame of nakedness is eliminated. Di ba? Mawala ang kaulaw sa nakedness. No, grabe kayo. So, nagi something sa marriage. It heals. No? It forgives. And it also cleanses. Na every time, di ba, kayo nang dumo nga, every time magbuhata na kay, malimta na to ang mga problema. Malimta na to ang sala sa itong partner. Ini kabuntag dayon, di ba? Ini kabuntag. Mabantayan mo nga, grabe na kayo, dagan na kayo pagkaon sa table. Happy kay ang wife. Gusto pa may gusto da. Kunyang gabi na sa da. Grabe kayo. O wala gani, di ba? Isikta kayo. Isikta kayo ay pamahaw. Budak-budakan ka sa iyong asawa. So sexual intimacy, no, it sanctifies marriage. So it really sanctifies marriage. So next is, sexual intimacy is only exclusive for marriage. This is the second point. Sexual intimacy is only exclusive for marriage. Sex, adjust lang asa man to. Okay, sex is a gift from God that is to be enjoyed in the context of marriage. It is beautiful expression of love, trust, commitment between the two people. So sa 1 Thessalonians 4 chapter verse 3, sa second niya nga part is that you abstain from sexual immorality. So i-command gid siya nga you have to abstain from sexual immorality. Now what are sexual immoral acts in the Bible? Number 1 is adultery. Sexual relations with someone is married to another person, that's what you call adultery. Bawal siya sa 10 Commandments in Exodus 20:14. Another nga sexual immorality is fornication. Fornication means sexual relations outside marriage. So the term also refers to premarital sex. So premarital sex, you call that fornication, that's sexual immorality. Another form of sexual immorality in the Bible is mga homosexual act. Ano siya? That's sexual immorality. Incest also, sexual relations between close relatives up to the 4th degree. No, kuan na usa pagit pwedeng kuan, so kung 3rd degree, 2nd degree, that's still incest. Bestiality. Now remember this, another form of sexual immorality is bestiality, sexual relations with animals. Ang tawagan ay bestiality. So this is explicitly prohibited in Leviticus 18:23. Prostitution, kana apilya po na siya sa sala sa sexual immorality. Engage in sexual activity or payment. And then also, lustful thoughts. Gidugangan ni Jesus, di ba, sa Matthew 5:28, nga sa imo pa lang thought daan, na-commit na ka og adultery. So muna siya ang mga sexual immorality. All major religion in the world agrees that sex should only be limited to marriage. Tanan religion, ang Buddhism, dili po nila gina-allow ang sex outside marriage. Hinduism, even ang Islam, even ang communism, dili ga-allow, sa activist kami sa una, kung yung kayo na, klaro yung kayo na, before ka makahilabot sa imuhang karelasyon, ang tawag magod sa uyab nimo karelasyon. Before ka makahilabot, kinala sa mukaslon. So naman yapoy kasal sa mga activists. Pero naay grupo sa mga tao nga support naay mga tao nga support nga pwede ra mo involve og sex without marriage. Kabalo mo sana siya nga mga group of people, mga liberal-minded people. No, kana mga woke bitaw. Di okay ra sila sa Amerika, mga liberal-minded, mga Democrats, wala naman. Kuan pa gani sila, o gina-promote naman gani nila ang kuan kanang abortion. Gina-promote pa nila, sa kanilang gipang-promote diya. Sila ra gyud ang ga-allow ana. So there's only 2 ways to get sex. Any idea? Unsa man ang 2 ways to get sex? So there are only 2 ways to get sex. Either you get it outside marriage, which is immoral and it's not supported by religion, or you do it inside marriage, which is sanctifying, holy, and fulfilling. But sex is to be engaged only in the context of marriage. Because kung minyo mo, nagbuhat mo nag-sex mo si imohang wife, you are sure that you are doing it to your friend. Di ba in marriage, atong best friend is ang ato ang asawa. You are sure also that you are doing it to your lover. Ang atong mga asawa, ato biyan ng mga lovers. And you are doing it also to your spiritual brother and sister. Kaya ang atong asawa nga Christian, ato na silang lagi incest man di ay na ba? May incest. Now, a wife was nagging her husband about mosquitoes in the house, and she said, "Get rid of these mosquitoes. I hate them." Yun ang asawa, ginagni iyang bana. Yun ang bana, "But I can't kill them all." And then the wife said, "That's because," ngani ang naging sa asawa, "that's because you don't know how to spray the mosquitoes. You have to catch them one by one and spray it in their nostrils." Grabe kayo ang kuan naging nga wife. Imagine ipadakop kay spray sa nostril. Okay, so the third na. Dili na ta sa third, and this is our last. Sexual intimacy honors our wives. So sex honors our wives. So listen to this ha. Kay gwapo ni siya. Okay, sexual intimacy honors our wives. So ingon sa Thessalonians, that each one of you know how to control your own bodies in holiness and honor. So the key word here is holiness and honor. Not in the passion of lust like the Gentiles who do not know God. Basahon ni mo tanan commentaries. First ni mo basa kay moro gi-address na ni Paul sa mga men. Pero naman ko mga technicalities sa version of Greek to English. Pero kani siya nga verse, ang 1 Thessalonians daw, ang convido ani ang subject ani isang couple. So when he talks about honoring, holiness, it's all about the couple ni siya. So the principle of marriage sex is, it is a relation of constant honoring. And then, it shouldn't be a relationship of lust. So again, it is a relationship of constant honoring, but it should not be a relationship of lust. Now, question, di ba ingon nila nga, di magid pwede ang sex without lust? Kaya ang sex na magid kay erotic attraction sa imong wife. Di ba di ay nga di ba? Makig-make love ka, niya, wala kay attraction sa imong wife. Actually, ang lust here, nga naa sa Bible, L-U-S-T nga lust, actually, ang pasabot ani is, kana naman pong grabe kaayo nga pana. Grabe na kayo bitaw nga greed, grabe na kayo nga pag-desire. So, okay lang to nga kuan, you lust when you do the sexual act with your wife, but do not do it over-desiringly. So kung ma-over-desiringly naman good kay, mo na din nga mutanaw na sa other people, mutanaw na sa other wives, ila na gina-objectify ilahang mga wives. So, when you honor your spouse, you have to give everything in excellence. So if you honor nimo ang imong spouse, mo na ingon si Paul nga, you really have to take good care of your body. Mo siya kalimahan, make it holy. Di ba kung naka-i-offer, naka-i-alay, naka-i-honor, naka-i-honorarium, ihatag sa speaker, how much do you give? Di na nimo siya tagal piso, di na nimo siya tagal 50. Wala, mahal kayo ng honorarium sa mga seekers, awat nag 10,000. So that is the idea of honoring. So sex honors your wife. If you do that to your wife, dapat ihatag nimo ang imong all, ihatag nimo imong excellence. Ayaw hugawi inyong lawas. Ayaw gamit og prostitutes. Ayaw og kuan kanang tanaw og porn. Kaya nagabi kay na siya makakuan. So you have to control your own bodies. Make it clean and then use it only for your wives. Honoring your wife with sexual intimacy involves treating her with respect, love, and consideration during your intimate moments. You have to treat your wife as a person. Dili na siya object na kung gusto nimo. Kana bitaw ang feeling bitaw nato usahay nga grabe ko nakita ka na right nato, privilege nato kay banata. Ingon ang Bible nga ang wives nato ang ilang role is to always submit. So, kung gusto nako, kinahanglan buhaton nato ni siya. Dili ingon ana, you have to treat her as a person, treat her as a partner. Ensure that mutual satisfaction and fulfillment is enjoyed. So, you have to prioritize your wife, prioritize her pleasure, and then prioritize her desire. Now, kini, how do you honor your wife with sexual intimacy? So, here is some kuan. Ako ni siyang nakuha nga. These are some ways kung magbuhat gani mo kuan ka nang mag-sex mo si imong wife. So, you honor your wife through this. Now, before intimacy, before mo magbuhat sa sexual act, spend quality time with her outside of the bedroom, establish trust and closeness. Meaning to say, i-foreplay siya. Not ang katong physical nga foreplay, i-foreplay sa, paganaha siya, pagmata niya, serve her, love her, i-date siya. So, before intimacy, connect, no? Spend quality time with her outside of the bedroom, establish trust and closeness. And then, you communicate. Talk to her about her desires, boundaries, and preferences. No? Ask her, asa maka ma-enjoy love? Ask her, unsa man ang position, or asa makaka-comfortable. O, ayaw gidong i-force nga imang gusto. Now, when you're already on the act of intimacy, so during ka na, nag-sex na mo, always, man, remember this, focus on her pleasure. Iyang pleasure ang inyong i-focus. Kaya nga nung kita, katsawan pa ganita nga, 2 minutes na ba? Sila dugay maguna sila. Dugay kayo. So make her pleasure and satisfaction a priority. Ask her what she likes and respond to her body language. And then pay attention to her needs. Search for her G-spots. Nana sila yung mga erogenous nga mga parts. Or parts in the body. You have to search for that. And then never pressure her into anything she's not comfortable with. So that is how during intimacy, unahagid ang iyang pleasure. Now, after intimacy, ayaw po dayon nga palikdi yung asawa, rin yun na po din itulod, kaya kumana naman mo. So after intimacy, tanawa, wala giniyagi. Tanawa ang picture akong gipili. Pag Manila, wala niya gikatunggan niyang asawa, wala niya giitsay ang asawa, but husbands, cuddle her. Kaksa siya, embrace her, do not leave her, and then, express gratitude. Ang uban, anak lagi, pag humanda yun, pag humagtrapo, humanda. Iyo, sa pag humagtrapo, himas-himas pa itong trapo sa iyang nawong.
Giluon si Dr. Sir John.
So, ito actually, ang asawa man ang asawa man inig kahuman. Ang asawa mo amoy kuan. Dapat kani siyang advice ang asawa kay. Ang asawa pag kahuman mingon na rin nga trapo Wala man lagi. Wala man lagi, I love you, love. Thank you. Na-satisfy ko. Trapo So, acknowledge ha.
Sana nag-work
Men, pasalamati gyapon ang wives na to. Dili na nga ka na, pag humana to, mananadayon, anak, raba din ta katulgan na. Gapos-gapusa, and then, express gratitude. Say thank you.
Yes.
Acknowledge her effort. O, labaw na kung, kuan. Labaw na kung makauna gani ka, na samot yun, makaabot ginagawan, gawas sa thank you, imo pa nang hilot-hilutan. So, conclusion na ta. So, we have to change our attitude towards sexual intimacy. We have to involve God in it. So, sex is God's gift. Gift na siya. So, we have to change our paradigm. Let us not idolize it. Let us not debase it. Talk to your wife. Connect to her. Communicate with her. Be naked with her. Meaning to si pangutan na siya. Asa pa man kukulang. Asa pa yung buhato na kulain. And then after that, kung naay mga reklamo ato mga asawa, listen. No interruption. Ayaw i-justify. Okay. Kita ra ba dayon kay mukha naman defensive ra ba day kita. Dagan kay pasumangil. Pamaguto kay kapoy mo kay ang lawas. Paano maguto? Next time na lang. Better luck next time. Paminawa gid sila. And then after that, okay, mananano, nag-involve na nimo si God kay kung man nag-keep mo yung ginasya ni God, and then you talk to your wife, listen, and then read the Bible, and then let us, kanda yun, basahon tayo ni nato, together with our wife. 1 Corinthians is a very beautiful verse about sexual intimacy. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 3 to 5. Okay, sige, anyway, last naman siya. So let's read this all together, David. The husband should give to his wife her conjugal rights, and likewise the wife to her husband. For the wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. Likewise, the husband does not have authority over his own body. And then, wala pa mahuman. Kini, mo ni pinakagwapo nga verse. Do not deprive each other or one another, except perhaps by agreement for a limited time, that you may devote yourselves to prayer, but then come together again so that Satan may not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. Okay, kano sa gani? Kano sa mag-make love ang mga magtiayon? Once a month, once a year? Do not deprive one another except perhaps by agreement for a limited time, that Oh. Mundang lang di ay kung napaisa pa nani nga verse nga kani kay prayer man ni. And then isa is kung na-period ang ato ang wife. So that's the difference between a Christian, a pseudo-Christian, and a non-Christian. Ang non-Christian, di ba, sa Buddhism, dili gyud mas mas pious pa sa ilaha, marag ilahan ng gina-value nga lesser sex kay marag evil lagi sa ilaha ang sex. Ang sa mga pseudo-Christians dayon kanang ila ginatawag bitaw, kana bitaw timing nila dok kanang timing-timingon para dili mabuntis. Ang may tabo, safe rabi ang babay 3 days each month. Diba? 3 or 4 days. Mara nang safe. Kaya di man sila magamit yun o kuhaan ka ng contraceptive. So, sa ilaha, 3 or 4 days lang every month. Pero ang sa Christian, magpahulay lang kung mag-ampo o kung naay kuhaan ka ng period. Dili bastos ang meaning.
Para na daw mo kay ma-prayerful, nakahatid mga asawa.
Orang lalaki may mahimong prayerful. So di ba gwapo kaya ang Christian life na? Christian life is kuan gyud ang sex mo gud sa to is not dirty but it's holy. In fact gani you have to do that every day. Kaya dili siya hugaw, holy na ang kuan, holy. Do not deprive kaya one another.
Restoring one busy at malo.
May objection. Pastor, si pastor na ang mag-resolve na. Di, ang point lang dito sa Christianity is, dili pareha sa mga, di ba, madunggan, mao man atong gidaan. Gidaan nato sa mga Catholics nga. Kana lagi lang gitawag lagi o kana 3 or 4 days sa lagi nga dili bitaw ang wife, dili siya fertile. So, marang lagi po gi-promote nila nga 4 days lang allowed nga mag-sex sila. Yan. Sa other religion, pag di wala gid sila sex. Katong time nga katong napatong Hare Krishna diri sa Cagayan, high school pa mi adto. Dili magtapad gani ang magtiayon, dili nila ipatapad, dili pakaonon, bawal sila magkaog-ahos, bawal sila magkaon og sibuyas. Kay kuan man, maka-increase sa urge ba? Kay ang sex sa ilaha is only for creation.
Ano mo na sila Sir John, lagi na pinagsa, niyo. Pro life din sila dili sa musugot.
Mo gani.
Contraceptive mo na.
Pero ang Bible man giingon nga kuan, it's not only for creation but you have to do that okay so that Satan may not tempt you. Wala magiingon diha nga kuan, wala man gi-mention ang about creation. So you have to enjoy it good ang kuan ang sex dili siya for kuan lang creation. So ending to the spouse who are here, sayang kay wala kanina gwapo kaya mo discussion na. So be patient to one another. Be gracious, no? Atong sabto na to ang mga spouses, atong mga asawa, sabto na to sila. And we have to serve our spouses' emotional needs for romantic love na ay tagsa-tagsa nga mga needs. No, ang wife, ang need yun number 1 is affection. Satisfy na to your wife. Intimate conversation, honesty, financial support. Husbands also wives, sabta nga, ang amos ang need, sexual fulfillment, support, admiration. Sige, so dito na ta sa to ang discussion question. So let's now jump to our discussion question. Napaday ko yung closing. So in closing, so I would like to share to you this quote from Sheetal S. Moody, Sexual Intimacy in Marriage and book, and then A Guide to Healthy Loving Relationship. Sexual intimacy is not only about physical connection, but also an emotional and spiritual communion between husband and wife that strengthens their bond. So makita nimo lahi gid ang paradigm sa Christian, di ba? Lahi. We see sex differently. We see sex as sanctifying. We see sex as holy. It's not dirty. It's not debased.